Hey everyone, Tech OG here, representing those who are 40 and up who love their tech. And I know it's about time that I'm putting out another video. Again, I'm on summer break, and when I'm on break, I'm on break. I won't make a video until I'm good and ready to, because I'm trying to enjoy my summer break before the school year starts, because I know that I'm going to pull out whatever hair I have left off my head from dealing with some crazy stuff that goes on in my classroom sometimes. Now the cool thing is, I've been doing this for 23 years, so I mean I got a pretty good iron fist in my classroom, so I don't have a lot of trouble. So I don't even know why I'm saying that. I actually have a great time teaching, even though teaching these days is very challenging. But I'm really enjoying my summer break. Been buying a lot of toys and trying out things that I've already owned, and finding out some cool things about things that I have, and playing with the Nintendo Switch with the Executor SX OS device, and playing my backups on a micro SD card. That is like one of the coolest things ever. Also get the GPD Win 2. That right there, kind of uplifted my channel. So I thank all the people that have subscribed. I mean, I even got I think 2 subscribers today, and I haven't made a video in like a week or so. So thank you to everyone that's subscribing and everyone that has already subscribed. I appreciate all of your support. This video here today is gonna be a special video, especially for myself, because this video is for me to talk about the perfect smartwatch, or the reign of the smartwatch. Smartwatches aren't, as popular as smartphones. I mean, the concept is kind of cool, and I've owned a lot of different smartwatches. I've had a Pebble. I had the Pebble Time, an original Pebble. I actually backed them on Kickstarter. I've owned Apple Watches. I've owned Samsung watches. I've even delved into the Chinese smartwatch market, and delved into that thanks to this one YouTuber named Smartwatch Ticks. In my personal opinion, and I'm pretty sure that if you've seen his videos too, he kind of reminds you of Mr. Rogers when he speaks. It's a trip. It's a complete trip. You gotta watch his videos. I'm telling you, I mean, Mr. Rogers, man, I watched that when I was a kid, and hearing that dude, I'm like, dang, dude sounds like Mr. Rogers. Sounds all, calm, cool, and collected. So check his videos out. Thanks to his videos, I was delving into the Chinese smartwatch realm before his videos, but I got more into it after watching his videos. But anyway, let's get back into talking about, for me, the perfect smartwatch. Like I said, I've had Apple before, and when I had my iPhone 7, I had the Apple Watch, the Series 1 version of it. And the watch is cool, and it was really made for fitness. So seeing those fitness rings and things, and seeing how much you walked and how many calories you burned, that was kind of cool about the watch. But the watch was not a standalone watch. It was dependent on the phone, having a link to the phone via Bluetooth, so you couldn't use it independently. You always had to have your phone around. So that's one thing I did not like about the watch, that it wasn't standalone. So when I did, actually, before I even went over to Samsung, I actually bought a Samsung watch that could work with the iPhone. And of course, learning that Apple, opened up to different companies as to, or give them a way to make an app where you can use their devices with an iPhone, but the restrictions that Apple put on the companies was way too much. So even if you did buy a Samsung watch, because there is a Gear app in the App Store that will allow you to pair a Samsung watch to your phone, it seriously limits the use of what you can do with the watch. You can't use the watch as if it's paired with a Samsung phone. You will get a lot of restrictions because, and now I understand, Apple doesn't want you to have a cool watch that's better than their watch to use on with their phone. So that's completely understandable. So smart move, Apple, but dumb move at the same time. So the first watch that I purchased for my iPhone that was Samsung branded was the Samsung Galaxy Gear, the very first one. Now, why did I choose the very first one? Easy. It's because this didn't use Tizen, the Tizen OS, which is the OS Samsung developed for use on their watches. And with Tizen, you had to, go to the Samsung store and get apps that was through the Samsung store rather than through the Play Store. I didn't like that. I can't stand that. The company even tries to control where you get your apps, how you buy your apps, things like that. I do not like Tizen whatsoever. Just like I don't like the OS for Apple's watch. You got to get, watch-friendly apps. So, I went with this one because I've read that this one, the very first Gear watch, which is, the coolest watch because it has a little bump, that's camera. So you got a camera on your watch to record stuff. That is like one of the coolest things about this watch. But this watch runs Android. And I think it's 4.4. That's what I believe. Not absolutely sure that it is, but it definitely runs it runs Android. And so because it runs Android, and I got this rooted it myself, and this launcher, I think it's what is it called? What's the name of it? Tip my tongue. Nova Launcher. So I got this rooted and everything. Yep, as you can see, got full-flown apps. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there it is, Nova Launcher app or settings. So I was able to install apps from the Play Store right on this watch. Don't ask me how I did it. It's cool to do though. I can tell you that right now. Very cool to do. So I was able to root it and pair it to my iPhone and Bluetooth tether to this watch where I can use the internet and other things on the watch that you wasn't really intended to do, but because it's rooted, I was able to do that and get a lot more functionality out of this watch. However, the storage space is very small and there's a lot of apps that don't run well on this watch. Plus, it's not standalone. So, by it not being standalone, even though the screen is absolutely beautiful, probably, in my opinion, the best watch Samsung has ever made, before they started getting greedy and made Tizen. Best watch ever made. And the speaker, love the speaker, loud as heck. So when you do pair it to your iPhone and you get a call on here, the person wouldn't even know that you're on the watch. It's really that cool. So I don't particularly use it anymore because, again, it is not a standalone watch. Even though I can play apps and stuff on it, but I got to be Bluetooth tethered, especially playing apps that run online. So scratch that one. Then I went to a Chinese smartwatch. There's a couple of Chinese smartwatches that can pair with an Apple phone. So I actually went along with this one right here, learned about this watch from Smartwatch Sticks. This is the ZG Packs, S8. And in my personal opinion, this is one of the best reviewed watches, or I wouldn't say best reviewed, but this is one of the better Chinese smartwatches because, one, it does have a front-facing camera. Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go. Front camera, so you can record stuff, and it's not limited to how much you can record. You can record as much as you want. Comes with an SD card slot. It's embedded, On the back here, you gotta unscrew it and then lift some things up, and you can have access to the micro SD card, and you can actually put in I put in myself a 128 gigabyte card in here, and it worked very well. I mean, you got it formatted to FAT32, and when you do that, it works wonderfully. I put a ton, and I mean a ton of apps on here, and this runs Android 4.4 right out the box. But like I said, because it's a Chinese smartwatch, it does not have the best watch faces at all. Can't stand the watch faces. They're nasty, they're ugly. Using a watch, let me see if I can go home. There we go. I mean, the interface, how it just looks cheesy. It looks very cheesy. The touch interface is not that well. I mean, I was just sliding and apps are opening up and I didn't want them to open up. So the touch interface is terrible. GPS is horrendous. Do not use this for GPS. It does have the Play Store, so you can go on here and download apps right to your watch. But for them to be playable, some games are not that playable on here. But it's still, in my opinion, one of the better watches, because when you do open it up, again, you can use a Nano SIM card, plus you can upgrade the micro SD card. So that's what made this kind of cool, because this is basically an Android phone on your wrist. Oh yeah, another thing I didn't like about it, the bands are not detachable, because there's some wiring that's in the band that makes it where you can't detach it. I mean, the speaker is great and everything, but you can't take off the bands because it's embedded within the hardware. So again, great watch, but not usable for me. Even though it's standalone, it is standalone, because like I said, you can put a SIM card in there and use it as a phone, but it's not. It doesn't run well with the Apple phone. So I went with, I guess, the quote-unquote best Samsung smartwatch out to date, and that is the Gear 3 Frontier with the round movable bezel. Set this back to factory settings because I'm not using this anymore. I actually had a third line, and I put my third line on this watch to use as standalone. But again, because it's Tizen OS, you're limited to particular apps, and those apps suck. I can't stand the apps in the Samsung store. Or the watch faces, I kid you not, watch faces are the bomb diggy on here. But again, using this on an Apple phone, restricted, you're limited to things, so had to scrap this one. Even though I did later get a Galaxy S9 and used it standalone and paired it with the phone, but I mainly want to use the standalone because I'm now going to the gym. Went to a kickboxing class this morning, and that class kicked my butt. My whole body hurts right now. Wanted to use this instead of carrying my phone. So, because a lot of people, misplace the phones or leave the phones by accident in the gym, and, somebody can walk by and say, hey, it's Christmas, boom, get a new phone. So I wanted to just use a standalone, this watch as a standalone. But the one thing that I discovered, when you use it as standalone, OMG, the battery dies down within hours. And I mean hours. I mean, I probably had this on for 2 hours standalone, and that was it. It was dead before the mid-afternoon. So said to myself, that was a done deal. I took the number off and had to scratch that. So I went to the trusty internet and said to myself, it's time to look for another watch. So I did type in on YouTube rooted Chinese smartwatches, and I found a couple of them that were kind of cool. Well, I first looked up rooted CG packs and found one that was really interesting, and that was the ZG Packs S5. And that one is an older Chinese smartwatch made like 4 4 to 5 years ago. And this one was kind of cool because person in this video, you know, put his own launcher on there, showed some games running, showed emulators running. It looked really cool. Plus it had a front-facing camera. I mean, when I say front-facing camera, the camera was right at the bottom of the screen where you can use it to video chat. And that was one of the only watches that I've seen that you can video chat with. Chinese smartwatches. There's a couple more. But this one was the coolest because the screen's not that big, you know, it's not very heavy. The speaker is great. You can root it, you know, unrestricted from things. You can probably Bluetooth tether to your watch, phone, excuse me. You can use it as a standalone phone because it takes a SIM. So you can't change the bands on here, which is a downer. But this was one of the best watches I found through research. So I tried to look for it. And I mean, I tried to look for it because since it's an older watch, it was very, very difficult to find. Actually found one on eBay. Found one maybe, what was this, 3 weeks ago or so? And it was being sold, I kid you not, for $229. Now, when it was selling, before it got discontinued, you could have bought one for $46. I kid you not. I'm very upset with myself that I didn't buy one at the time. So, because it was discontinued, the person that was on eBay had one selling for $229. I tried to talk the person down to like $125. That person wasn't hearing it. Took it right off of eBay. He said it's currently sold out. I think the person just didn't have any more and forgot to take down his listing. So I was really upset that I couldn't buy it, and I can't find that watch anywhere. Trust me, I looked and I looked on this little site here. And it had links to AliExpress, eBay, China Vision, never heard of that. The actual manufacturer's website. Could not find that watch anywhere. Can't find it anywhere. Can't find anyone trying to sell it. I definitely couldn't find it. Can't find it at a garage sale or whatnot. So I decided to cut my losses, but I'm still keep looking. I'm gonna keep looking and see if I can find it. And today I found, in my opinion, the best thorough review for the ZG Pax S5. This person here wrote a novel. I don't know why this hasn't been shown all over the net. This is the most thorough, and I mean thorough, review on any watch by anybody. Love it, love it, love it. Only went through like some key points of this. And because this watch is, you know, pretty old, this person, you know, they didn't really bash it, but this person said there were a lot of things wrong with the watch. So even though there's some things wrong with the watch, I still want it. I still want it. But I had to try to look for the next best kind of watch. And so for me, the perfect smartwatch would have to have a front-facing camera. I mean, preferably one that I can use to video chat, and those are very rare to find. So it has to have a camera. I was trying to find one that had removable bands, which is extremely rare. Wanted to find one, of course, that was a standalone device that can be paired with a Samsung watch or an Apple, not Samsung watch, Samsung phone or an Apple phone or any phone that you have, where it can be used, you know, tethered, Bluetooth, or standalone. And it had to be light, and it had to be able to use Play Store apps, and it had to have a micro SD card slot, plus a removable battery. So trying to find a watch that has all those things was pretty much impossible to find. I kid you not. I looked on GearBest. I looked on AliExpress. I've looked on DX.com. I looked on a lot of Chinese websites and could not find a watch that had all of the things I just said in just one watch. until I accidentally found this one on eBay. Has no name brand. This says Android 4.4 dual core 4GB 3G smartwatch phone WCDMA GSM SIM Wi-Fi GPS 5 megapixel camera. That ain't no name. How the heck are you gonna try to find this? I actually, first found it by typing in smartwatch with removable band, Chinese smartwatch, and kind of came across, just this description and cut or copied and pasted this description in eBay and came across this. And this watch right here actually has a removable band. The first and only Chinese smartwatch that has a removable band. So of course, I quickly ordered it and look how much it was. $45.99. 38 more minutes on the auction, but don't worry about that. Lots of people are selling this. And I checked on Smartwatch Sticks. I checked all over YouTube to see if anyone reviewed this watch. And out of all of YouTube, I kid you not, there's only one video that covers this watch. And it actually came with some kind of brand name, Kaload. And the full name of the watch, well, in this case, is the Kaload QF09. I looked everywhere. Out of all the top Chinese smartwatch reviewers, no one, and I mean no one, reviewed this watch except for this dude right here who speaks in a foreign language. I have no idea what language it is. Oh yeah, this is paired to my TV. I have no idea what he's saying, but I had to check out the video to see if it was indeed a cool watch that, had removable bands. He didn't really do a lot of reviewing of the watch. Of course, couldn't understand the word he was saying. So I said to myself, I ordered it, I just gotta wait for it. And I ordered it some time ago. View order details. So I ordered this bad boy. Hey, where's the date? I can show the date this way. Let's do purchase history. July 7th. Ordered this bad boy July 7th. And I'm proud to say that I finally received it today. So you will see the second video on YouTube that will show you how this watch is in English. It took forever to get this watch, especially with the new tariffs and stuff. Thanks, Trump. But still got it. It's the Kaload. It's the same box that was in the video. Isn't that cool? Have to push this back. Give me a second while I set things up. Okay. So this is the Kaload QF09. Sorry that is a little dark. It's dark because the lens is getting this light and is not making this light enough for you. So let me see if I can make some adjustments to that. I'll turn off my TV, and what if I close this? Ta-da! That's a little better. So this is the Kaload QF09. And again, you're seeing the first unboxing in English on my channel. Tech OG people, stay tuned. There it is. You got your little styrofoam to keep it protected on the sides. See, so you got your watch. You have, ooh, I told you. Removable band. Removable band. A little thingy fell. Give me, where'd it go? There it go. The little watch clinks that will keep it secured. The bands are removable. Can you say the hot butter on the popcorn? It's light. Look at that leather band. It's removable. I am so ecstatic. I can't wait to try this out. You can take this off. Removable battery, people. Removable battery. Let me see if I can take it off now. I can. Look at that. That is beautiful. I've actually ordered 2 extra batteries. Look it. Oh my gosh, look. Nano SIM card and micro SD card. Which means to tell you that this watch is an older watch. So it only has 512 megabytes of RAM. That's right, it's tiny, and 4 gigabytes of space. But because it has a micro SD card, I'm gonna put my 128 gigabyte card in here and go to town. But it has a removable battery. How cool is that? And I got 2 extra batteries. So how cool is that too? Dare I turn it on? There's the on button. Is it charged? Nope. It's been on the road so long, or in the air, or in transport. No battery power, so I gotta power it up for you later. But it's really light. You know, there's some metal on here, just right here and right here. Front facing camera, baby. There's a microphone. The bezels are large. I can't stand that. But oh well, it has a lot of things that I like. And like I said, removable straps. There's no other Chinese smartwatch that has removable bands. So, the band that I have on my Gear 3, taking this off, putting it on here. So, yep. Gear bands are interchangeable with this. So I got this watch, like I said, can't wait to try it out, and I will make a video and show you how it works and the apps that I can use, and definitely show you how slow it is, because it is, I already know it's going to be slow. I already know I'm going to be kind of disappointed with the speed, but I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that. So I will do a review video on this watch. But guess what? Not just this watch. I also got another watch. So doing my research on rooted Chinese smartwatches, I said to myself, while I was waiting for the QF09 to come, I decided to order through Amazon Prime another smartwatch. This is a LEMFO. I learned this from Smartwatch 6 and other videos on YouTube. This is the LEMFO LES1. Looks familiar? Sure does look familiar, doesn't it? Actually, the screen is bigger. Slightly bigger than the S3. Cool. Slider too. Does have metal on it. There's a camera on the side. Takes a SIM card. Have to unscrew this panel to put it in. But this is the LEMFO LES1, and this smartwatch has 1 gigabyte RAM and 16 gigabyte storage. But of course, not all the storage is available to you. So smartwatches aren't really supposed to have, the same as your phone. So you only will put apps on here that you would use, for this as a standalone watch if you, leave your phone at home. So if you want to put Angry Birds on here or something like that, little casual games, you can do all that. So I got this one because this one is rootable, so I'm going to root it and tell you how it is. Can't wait to try that. The bands are not removable. Of course they're not. Because right inside of here are some wires that's embedded with the hardware and inside of the watch. So you better not bend it or you will be upset. Not water resistant. I don't believe it is. I'll have to do some more research and give you a full review on this watch as well. But of course I'm going to be using the QF09 first. Let's see if there's some battery power on this one. Nope. So I gotta charge both of these overnight and play with these bad boys tomorrow and give you a review on both. Quick reviews, of course. But of course, I am more excited. Well, I'm excited about both of them because this one can be rooted, unrestricted. This one has removable bands and everything that I want on a watch. So I'm excited for both of them. Can't wait to try them out. Put emulators in both of them. Different apps, blah blah blah. See how they work as standalone and how I'll get them to work. Well, for the most part, most Chinese watches are GSM. So if you have AT&T or T-Mobile, you can use a SIM card in these watches to use as a standalone phone. So no luck to Verizon, no luck to Sprint. There might be a couple out there, a couple of Chinese smartwatches out there where you can use with Verizon and Sprint, but you are in luck if you have T-Mobile or AT&T or affiliates. So there you have it. I am on the road to having the perfect smartwatch. So I will give you a review on both watches, on each watch, and a thorough review, show you how they work. So stay tuned for those videos. I hope you liked this video. I hope that you liked that I'm back, even though I'm on break. And if you did like the video, of course, leave a thumbs up and, down below. Leave comments if you need to. Ask questions. I'll answer whatever questions that I can answer about the watches, because like I said, I just got them. Don't know a whole lot about them yet, but I'll go over that in my future videos on each watch. So like I said, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, tell other people about my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video.